We're basically here in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, and at a Charlottetown Rural High School. Okay, sure. Now, we're all men, and often we're told that we have no opinion. And what's the argument you've been told about that?
That it's not our body and not our choice.
Right, okay. So now we'll just ask each person what their opinion is first in case we don't have much time, okay? So what is your opinion, sir, on abortion? Pro-choice, pro-life, or how would you describe yourself?
I'm pro-choice. I think if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. If you want to, you can.
Okay, good. And your position, how would you describe yourself?
I'm pro-life, but I'm not going to force it onto other people. It's just a moral sin for me. I don't really like the idea of abortion as a whole, but I'm not going to push it on people.
Okay, and how would you describe your position on abortion?
I consider myself pro-choice.
Okay.
Because you don't really want to obligate them to do something they don't want to do.
Okay, so we don't really have anybody here except myself. Well, that's okay. I would say I'm solidly pro-life.
Right.
So we have a couple of men who would seem to be pro-choice, and then one that's kind of pro-life, but still not willing to force a woman to go against her wishes, basically, right? Right. So let me just ask you men one question. What is an abortion?
Removing the fetus from the woman. I'm not really sure.
No, that's okay. How would you describe an abortion?
Basically the same as him. It's hard to describe.
And you?
It's removing the baby from the woman.
Removing the baby from the woman. Yeah, I would agree. Basically, the abortion is killing a child in the womb. Yeah. It's a baby, but it's a child, right? You wouldn't deny that.
No, I wouldn't deny.
So my question is, if you're killing a child, how can that be a good thing?
That's where I lean. I don't really like the idea of it because, I'm kind of. It's just gross to me as a whole, the whole idea of it. But like I said, I'm not going to force it onto anyone that doesn't want it to.
Right.
Be.
But if say your neighbor or your girlfriend, had a baby, and then they were born, and they decided to kill their child, would we be on board with that?
Not at all, no.
Why not?
I think it's quite weird because people look at the fetus as not a child, even though it's alive. It's very much alive in the womb, and I'm just not sure why there's that double standard, but it just beats me.
Yeah, it seems to be a double standard, doesn't it? We certainly wouldn't be on board with somebody killing their newborn baby. I mean,
not at all.
Some people would be, but most of us would say, "Oh my God, that's just horrible," right? Even if we consider ourselves to be pro-choice, I don't think we'd be pro-choice in the sense that the mother has the choice to kill her born child. So my problem is, as a pro-life person, I'm kind of like with you that why is there a double standard? We're not on board with killing a baby outside the womb. The baby could actually be younger, could be premature, could be 7 months, and then the one in the womb is 9 months.
That's the part I have an issue with. Once it passes a few weeks, I just don't. It grosses me out. If you're gonna have it done, do it as soon as. I don't really know how to say. It's just kind of a messy situation.
I guess it comes down to when does human life begin?
Yeah, it really does.
And when is that?
Isn't it first when the sperm makes contact with the egg?
With the egg, yeah. It's fertilization. So even though it's just a single cell, that's a human being.
Yeah.
And so if you're not supposed to be killing human beings, which we're not, we shouldn't be killing the child even as a zygote, which is just the first cell.
Right.
So, when they say pro-choice, it sounds good because, they should have choice over their body, but what about the body of the child? And it's a child from the moment of conception. That's not my opinion, that's scientific fact, right? So if you accept science, then really you have to kind of be against killing children even if they're little tiny zygote, really.
Well, yeah, that's why adoption's probably the better alternate of the two, because the baby still gets to live and it still gets to grow up. And
yeah, I think so.
It just doesn't die.
No, and as men, we need to support the mother. If it's the mother of our child, if it's the mother of, a friend, a girl that's in stress, we need to step up as men. And guess what? There wouldn't be any abortions. because it's framed as a woman's choice, but in my experience, it's rarely the choice of the mother. It's usually the father doesn't want to support the mother. Even the mother's own father sometimes tries to force her to have an abortion. But we men need to defend life, and we need to defend mothers, and not to encourage them to kill their babies. So, anyways, nice chatting with you guys.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Pleasure.